It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. And watch that. And watch the ball.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Quit talking about it and bring it down.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action. Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. Back to throw. Lawrence under pressure again, and down he goes again.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Not a big deal on that one, just your everyday 67-yard punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
51. Let's go deep.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Brings it just past the 15, able to avoid the initial contact, but not much more there on the play.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. It's complete to Hopkins. He's got a first down past the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed and the agility, so good with run after catch. We're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
2nd and 2. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 39.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 24-yard line.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Set, hut, man, squeeze, double.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Lawrence. Open man, it's Preston Williams. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
Now!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
7's a Mike 7.
They're going to try and throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Mike 51. Switch up. Check. Lucky. What we got?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 23-yard run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Now a pass here, caught by Hunter Henry. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Quinnen Williams gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown. Covered a lot of ground there. 81 yards on the punt return. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Back to throw. Lawrence. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
5-2 to Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2. Come off the ball. Go. Take motion, motion, motion. 22, jet, rubber. 22, jet, rubber.
This is Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
That's it. Mike 51, Mike 51. Let's go.
Back to throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. It's 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line.
So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 20-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run it now out of the gun. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's get it.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
50 wants the mic. 50 wants the mic. Let's go one more. 50 wants the mic. Shut up.
Back to throw. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
I'm going from back to you. I'm going from back to you.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 48-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Try to end this. You better bring it. You better bring it.
On play action, they'll throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target, and it's 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep for more, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 17, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Watch the slap.
2nd and 13. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Get set. He's 59. Mike the 59. Snap.
From the gun on third down, Lawrence. He's going to air one out for him. This is caught at the 20. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 42 yards.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And, boy, they hit that one.
And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter play. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, Alpha. Go, Jackrabbit. Come on. Check, 59. Fight.
To throw on second down, Lawrence. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and just like that, it's third down.
On the double.
The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Hustle, hustle.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Preston Williams, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. So now a big spot here as the Chiefs will indeed go for 2. They'll try and run it in, but he will not get in. The defense stands tall, and they will hold on to their 1-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
At their own 38-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Past the 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Again, it's Jones. Oh, what a move. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Aaron Jones with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go now.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Watch QB drop.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A gain there of 21 yards. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike's 50.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
Hey, Will.
59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59. Come on. Mike, check, 59, 59.
Hey, Charlie.
Throwing on 1st down. Lawrence. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll set up to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over. Now.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Brian Burns in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Back to the air on second down. Lawrence, he's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that takes us from second to third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Lawrence. It's caught by Funchess. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On first down, Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Exit. 59, Mike. Check, 59. Go.
Throwing again. Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Lawrence. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here.
Ready. Choose the mic. Check 50. Choose the mic.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This quarterback now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
That's just me and you. That's just me and you. That's just me and you.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This thrown quickly out to Jones. 7 yards there and a first down.
Complete to Aaron Jones. A gain of 7. And a Toronto first down.
They're going to look to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. 2nd and 4. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round, but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done.